Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam. Climate activism is reaching a peak of absurdity, and this is happening in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois. My friends, in this country, people are free to decide what kind of appliances they want to use. If somebody wants to use a gas stove, the person can use a gas stove. If somebody wants to use an electric stove, the person is free to use an electric stove. Same with vehicles. Some people drive gas vehicles, some people choose to drive electric vehicles. People are free to decide what they want to do. They can make choices based on their lifestyle and based on their budgets. This is a free country, and we have choice. People can go to the market and they can look at different appliances, they can look at different kinds of vehicles, and they can make the decisions based on what they prefer. My friends, in Chicago, the liberals are trying to limit choice. In fact, they are trying to eliminate choice. The far-left politicians in Chicago are trying to act like dictators. And I'll give you an example of a recent proposal in the city of Chicago. And that will show you how serious the situation is in the city. My friends, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson wants to end the use of natural gas in new homes. Reportedly, Mayor Johnson and some city council members want to require new buildings and homes to use electricity instead of natural gas. Right now, people can choose, as I said. People can choose electricity, people can choose natural gas. They can choose both. But what the Chicago liberals are trying to do is to eliminate the use of natural gas in new buildings and homes. This is just another example of how left-wing politicians want to take away options. They want to eliminate choice in society. The liberals want to dictate. They want to become dictators and force their decisions on people. So that's the proposal from Mayor Brandon Johnson and his liberal allies. On Wednesday, they introduced what's called the Clean and Affordable Buildings Ordinance. So this is how liberals package their ridiculous ideas. Nothing is clean and affordable about this ordinance. Reportedly, this ordinance would set an emissions standard that would require most newly constructed buildings to use electricity for things like cooking and heating. So in a newly constructed building, people would have to use electric stove and not gas stove. Similarly, in a newly constructed building, people would have to use an electric option for heating and not a gas furnace if the Chicago liberals succeed in forcing their idea on people. My friends, I believe that local government is supposed to be effective, transparent, and accountable. But that does not seem to be the case in Chicago, Illinois. The city cannot handle the influx of migrants. And yet the city continues to retain its sanctuary city status. The Chicago liberals are not thinking about what's best for the people. They are trying to take away people's choice. The city wants to force its left-wing climate agenda on residents. My friends, let's not forget that coal and natural gas are needed to generate electricity. According to the United States Energy Information Administration, in the year 2022, natural gas was the largest source of energy for U.S. electricity generation. And also coal, that was the third largest energy source for U.S. electricity generation that same year in 2022. So for electricity generation in the year 2022, coal and natural gas combined formed approximately 59% of the energy source. So Is Mayor Brandon Johnson sharing that information with the public? Is Mayor Brandon Johnson telling the public that our country depends on coal and natural gas? If someone thinks that using an electric stove or driving an electric car or using electricity for heating the home means complete freedom from natural gas, that's not true. We use natural gas to produce electricity. What the Chicago politicians are trying to do is they are trying to make life more difficult for the people of the city. They are trying to take away choice. My friends, this is a free country. You want to use a gas stove, you are free to do that. You want to use an electric stove, you are free to do that. You make the decision. You choose what works best for you and your family. The government must not dictate. The elected officials in Chicago are trying to act like dictators. They seem to think that they know what's best for the people. And that's why they are trying to eliminate choice. And they are trying to force their decision on the people of Chicago. So this proposal to ban the use of natural gas in new construction, this is extremely worrisome. Do you think that Mayor Brandon Johnson and the Chicago City Council will succeed in approving this proposal and implementing a new ordinance to limit people's freedom? Do you think they will succeed? If you are a Chicago resident, I want to hear your thoughts. Share with me your views on this matter. Any American who's listening to this podcast episode, please share with me your views on this matter. Tell me what you think about this new proposal, this clean and affordable buildings ordinance. And as I said, there's nothing clean and affordable about this. This is just a way that the Chicago liberals are packaging their bad ideas and trying to force their decisions on the people of Chicago. So I want to hear your thoughts, your views, your opinions on this matter. So go to tausifanam.net, send me a message. You can also email me at tausif@tausifanam.net. Please get in touch with me. Share with me your thoughts. I look forward to hearing from you. And before I conclude, I want to thank you for continuing to listen to my podcast, and I will be back with a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam.